Well, from one cotton Cordell topwater to another old school favorite, the redfin. Looks like the redfin and jointed redfin wakebaits got new colors in these guys, and you know, just another great update from this company on a classic design. Luke, can you take us through that one?
This bait here really does very well for me in the shad spawn. It's got a big profile to it. You know, it's kind of original wake bait. You know, it stays, you know, you depend on what your line size, it'll stay right there under the surface or go, you know, 10 or 12 inches down. It works really well here from Oklahoma for me. Getting around those rocks that those fish are normally getting beat to death with a square bill, and this bait comes through, just kind of got this old roll wobble to it, and they can't resist it, and they just flat out drill it. And, you know, especially they come out with these new colors and everything that's even helps them be more effective. You know, this one here is the chrome herring. You know, when you get out toward the east, you got those herring lakes, and those fish will come from so far away to hit topwater baits. And this here, it's, you know, it's got your chrome on the sides and everything. It flashes and glittery, and it does it, and they come and get it.
Yeah, interesting. That's, you know, we saw a little bit of the old school style unjointed waker play in some of the big name tournaments. I think MLF earlier this year, pre-spawn, the wake bait was playing. Is that something you bring out even before the shad spawn, or is that more a post spawn deal for you, Luke?
Yeah, I prefer it in the post spawn when that shad, you know, the shad's going on. But early in the year, especially if there's some grass and it's coming up and you're allowed, because, you know, something that gets too deep, you're going to be hung up all the time. This stays right above that grass line, and you can keep it slower. And those fish, and that when water gets above 56, 58 degrees is when I'll initially start throwing it. But once it, you know, that'll be before you're spawning a little bit. But it's very effective for that, but it's just got a good slow retrieve to it, and it's just how that old boat lays in the water. It's neat. I mean, it's something that I look at and say, hell, I'd eat that too. Sure. You know, but it's an easy meal for them, and then big ones will come get it.
Yeah.
So you meant there's the new colors in the jointed and the regular. Where does the jointed come into play over the non-jointed, or where's the situational difference for the jointed one?
It kind of goes for how maybe the size of fish I'm after. You know, if you're in a lake that's filled with the 2 to 4 pounders, and I'm not saying you can't catch the smaller fish on that jointed one, but I like the jointed one, and I'm just targeting good ones. You know, them donkeys up there, that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 pound range. I like it because it seems like it's got a little bit bigger profile to it, and that joint on the back just gives them a little more. They go and get it. You know, sometimes if it's not quite right, but it throws it, it looks a little more injured, and they'll really go ahead and crush that bait in.
Interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought about that myself, but it is wild watching those, how much roll and side. It's hard to describe, but just how much tail kick that unjointed bait has, whereas that the jointed redfin really swims on the surface, and you know, for somebody that doesn't have a ton of experience with these baits, it's interesting hearing Luke's perspective that it seems like the big ones really key in on that jointed bait. So yeah, thanks for the tip, Luke.
Yeah.
And again, all these colors are available right now to pick up.